Hi everybody, it's Mr. Berkey. I'm really excited for today. We're going to be going over our math for today. Really quickly, at the beginning of this video, I just want to let you know we're doing division, which is going to be a little bit tricky. So I put up an assignment that's extra practice with dividing decimals, and you all, please do this IXL assignment after you finish doing the Google form here, just so that you can get some more practice, because dividing by decimals is very difficult and there's tons of different ways to do it. So I want you to see a little bit more exposure on IXL, and I want you to try and spend 20 to 30 minutes on there. For today, what we're going to do, I'm going to be going over two problems on this Google form, and you're going to be helping me do these. I need you to have a piece of paper and a pencil with you out beside you. Please pause the video if you need to. You need to get a piece of paper and a pencil. Let's go. Please pause it if you need to. Here I go. I'm going to start going. Pause the video if you don't have your piece of paper and pencil. I know I'm being annoying and saying it 7 times. Here we go. The first one is 8.5 divided by 2.4. Now, I'm going to show you my piece of paper and how I'm going to set it up. Please set it up this same way. I'm going to talk about what these numbers represent. Our dividend is the first number that comes up in a division problem. The dividend always goes inside the house. The divisor is what goes outside of the house. When I say the house, I mean this. This is the house. This is a division sign, and I call it the house, okay? It is a division sign, and our divisor goes on the outside. And our dividend goes on the inside. I want you to say that now. Our divisor goes on the outside and our dividend goes on the inside. Now, I'm going to show you something. For today's work on the Google form, someone that is better at math than Mr. Berkey has explanations for how to do the problems that I'm not going to go over. Okay, so you can please watch that video that I post, and he will go over those different aspects. Right now, I'm going to show you the way that Mr. Berkey does it, and it's a little bit different than the way that the man in the video does it, and that's okay. There's different ways to do these problems. Now, I want you to see this. When we have our decimals, we need to move them over. So this number becomes 34, and this number becomes 85. Okay, here we go. Now, how many times does 34 go into 85? 34 goes into 85 2 times, okay? If we need to, you can also do this out to the side. The man in the video does this, and it's very helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm only going to go down to 5, okay? And we just write out the multiplication facts that we know for 34. So 1 times 34 is 34. 2 times 34 is 68. 3 times 34 is, ooh, this one's going to be a little bit tricky. 102. 4 times 34 is 136. If Mr. Berkey made a mistake, please let me know. And then I'm going to leave 5 to see if we have to do it, okay? So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring down what my 2 times 34 is, which is 68. So I'm going to do 68 minus 85. Now, why didn't I do 102 here? I didn't do 102 because I cannot subtract a bigger number. I have to find my multiplication fact that gets me the closest to what my dividend is. Okay? So now I'm going to subtract these. Can I do 5 minus 8? No. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to write it down here in a different color. I'm going to do it in red. I'm going to just rewrite it. This is why you want to have as much space as possible on your piece of paper. I'm trying to be as organized as I can be so that the work is very clear. So we are going to have to regroup. I'm also going to scroll down a little bit. Okay. Now I can't do 5 minus 8 because 5 is less than 8. So I need to cross out my 8. It becomes a 7. What does my 5 become? 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. So I'm going to bring down 17. Now, can 34 go into 17? No. I'm also going to erase this and make it so that it's black, so that it's normal like the other ones. Okay. No, 34 cannot go into 17. So what we have to do, when our number cannot go in, we actually take our decimal point, we bring it up here. I'm going to do this in a different color as well, just so that you can see. The decimal point then comes up here and goes here because we have to bring a 0 down, because we have to bring a 0 down. When our 0 needs to come down, our decimal point goes up. When our 0 comes down, our decimal point goes up. Now, how many times does 34 go into 170? Is it 4 times, or can we try one more for 5? Let's see. 5 times 34 is 170. So 34 goes into 170 exactly 5 times. Minus 170. 170 minus 170 is 0. Woo! We solved it. The answer is going to be 2.5. I know this is a lot of work, okay? I'm going to go over one more with you. I want to check and see how much time I have. I don't have a lot more time, so I'm actually not going to go over another one with you. Instead, I just really quickly want to talk about this. When you are setting up your problems, I highly recommend writing dividend as your first number, remembering it goes inside of the house. Divisor is the second number, goes outside of the house. You need to make sure that your divisor always has the decimal point at its far right. Sometimes your dividend will have a decimal point in the middle, okay? Your decimal point needs to come up where you have it moved to, okay? When we come down here, when we need to add in a 0, the decimal point goes up and the 0 comes down. If you need to regroup, do not regroup. Do not cross out the numbers that are inside of the house on your dividend because it will get too sloppy. I would highly recommend that when you are writing out your regrouping problem, if you need to write out your subtraction, do it over to the side like I did here. Another very important thing, our numbers are going to be bigger today. They're going to be double-digit numbers that we have to know our multiplication facts for. So I would highly recommend doing this over to the side. Writing out 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, so that you know your multiplication facts for the number. That makes it so that it's a lot easier when you're trying to find out which number is closest to our dividend or to our subtracted number, okay? Most of the ones that we're doing today should only have 2 to 3 numbers as your answer, so they shouldn't be too complicated to set up. I really, again, recommend that once you are done with your dividing decimals, you come over here. I only have 30 seconds left, so I've got to go fast. You click on this and you do your IXL. Please, 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 I highly recommend doing it. We are going to have a quiz on Friday over multiplying and dividing fractions, not fractions, decimals, and adding decimals. Good luck. Try your hardest. Give me a call if you need some help. Have a good day. Bye-bye.